Hi guys, today I'm going to be doing a neutral eye with a nude lip, so if you'd like to see this look, just keep watching. Okay guys, we're going to start out with priming our face with the Hangover X Primer by Too Faced. I'm just going to put a thin layer all over my face, focusing on the T-zone to prep our skin for our foundation. And I'm going to be using the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Water Foundation. And I'm going to apply that with my Beige Cosmetics brush, 116. I'm just going to put a couple drops in the back of my hand and start by applying a thin layer. You don't need a lot of this foundation, and it is very full coverage, so be careful. It's better to put on a little than too much, and you just add more. And I like to go down my neck and with any excess on the brush just over my eyes. Next I'm going to be using the Nars concealer in the shade Vanilla. I like to focus this product on under my eyes, down my nose, a little bit on my forehead and cupid's bow. To blend this, I'm going to be using the same brush I used for my foundation. Sometimes I like to use the same brush so it is seamlessly blended together. Sorry, I kicked my tripod there for a second. Just make sure you're patting it into the skin and not rubbing the product around. You want it to stay in the focused areas. Make sure you blend it very well. Then I'm going to be setting that concealer with my Mercier translucent powder. I'm going to be applying that with my Beige Cosmetics brush, 114 or 113. I like to focus that where I put the concealer, but I do like to put a little bit on the rest of my face too to set my foundation. Next, I'm going to be using my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzing powder, and I'm going to be applying that with my Beige Cosmetics 114 brush. I like to start off by going along my jawbone. I don't like to have too harsh of a contour, but I do like my jawbone to be defined. And make sure you're blending upward to make it the most natural. I like to go under my jawbone, my temples, and forehead. Make sure you're also going in your hairline so it doesn't have like a white line around your head. Right here it kind of looks like my hairline is a little white, but I assure you it's not in person. And I'm going to contour my nose lightly with the same brush just because I had nothing else on hand. And I'm using the Benefit What's Up highlight. I like to put this down before I use a powder highlight so it sticks to it and it's more intense. I'm just going to be putting it a little bit above my brow and on the high points of my cheeks. Next, I'm going to be using my BareMinerals blush, and I'm going to be applying that with my e.l.f. powder brush. I like to apply this in between where I put the Benefit highlight and the bronzer. I like to bring it back. I don't like it on the apples of my cheeks too much. Make sure you blend that together really good so it looks natural. Next I'm going to be using the Sephora powder highlight in Stardust. And I'm going to be applying this with the large fan brush by Eco Tools. I actually just got this and I like this a lot. And then I'm going to be priming my eyelids with the NYX concealer. I'm going to be applying that with my Beige Cosmetics brush in 103. I do sometimes like to use my fingers, but for this video I was just using a brush. And this stuff can get clumpy if you put too much and if you don't blend it together good enough. So make sure you're blending that in well. And sometimes it does take me a minute for this step, which some primers are really quick to go on and some aren't. But this one does take a minute to blend out. And it also cancels out any veins on your eyes so they don't show through. And the eyeshadow sticks very well to this. And I'm going to be using the Sephora Color Wonderland palette for this look. And there are no names on these eyeshadows, so I'm just going to have to describe them. And we're using the brush that comes with it, a double-ended eyeshadow brush. The first color I'm going to use is the base color that comes with the palette. It's just an extra large eyeshadow in the palette, meant for putting on before. I like to put this just all over my lids and a little bit into my crease. Then I'm going to be using a transition color just a little bit darker than the base, and we're using the 118 brush. I like to do it in windshield wiper motions just in my crease. This color you can probably barely see on camera, but I'm doing a very neutral look today on my eyes. Then I'm going in on the outer corner with the same brush, just with a little bit of a darker neutral color, neutral brown. I'm blending that very well. Then I'm going to be going in with a cream color, just on my lids. A little bit lighter than the base. I'm going to be using the 1 in 19 brush, I believe it is. Not sure. But it's just a regular eyeshadow brush, and I'm patting that all over my lid. And then I'm going to be using the crease color under my eyes. And I'm also going to be using the color I used on the outer part of my eyes underneath, just blending it all together. Next, I'm using my Scone Smudger brush to highlight the inside corners of my eyelids. I'm going to be mixing a white and the highlight shade that comes in this palette together. I did realize that wasn't enough, and I used the powder highlight from Sephora I used on my face. Then off camera, this step got taken out just because it's kind of hard for me to do my liquid liner on camera. And I put NYX in the waterline and tightline. And the mascara got cut out of the video too on accident by Urban Decay. And I did a little bit of my eyeshadows with the Make Me Brow by Essence. Next I'm going to be lining my lip with the Sephora lip liner in, I believe, the shade Pink Beige. Everything will be in the description bar if you're wondering. I don't like to overline my lips, especially when I'm doing a natural look. So I'm just going right on the edge of my lips, not going over too much. And then after that, I like to fill them in. If there are any mistakes, I like just to either go in with concealer or if I can just gently wipe it off. And here, it came out pretty good. I just had to touch up a little bit at the end. After that, I'm going to be going on top with the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream. And this lip liner and lip cream go together so well, you can barely see the color difference. They blend so good. I'm just touching up my brows here, even though I did some of them off camera. And I'm going to be highlighting my brow bone with the same Scone Smudger brush I used for my highlight. Then I'm going to be just setting all my makeup with the e.l.f. Mist-In set. And I'm just going to put this all over my face to lock in my makeup. And this is the final look. Please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.